Hello, explorers and curious minds. Today, we're taking a journey back in time, long before Netflix and dating apps made everything so complicated. Imagine a world without chats, romantic memes, or Instagram likes. It was a wild, dark, and incredibly fascinating era, the Age of Caves. That's right, today we're diving into how our ancestors managed sexuality and courtship in the depths of prehistory. Spoiler, no one asked, what's your zodiac sign? So, get comfortable, leave a big like, and get ready for a journey where seduction was literally carved into stone. Lower Paleolithic, the dawn of desire. Imagine going back about 2.5 million years. Early hominins didn't have WhatsApp, but gestures, touches, and glances were the emojis of the time. Let's face it, those early attempts at romantic communication must have been awkward. Like, hey, I brought you a sharp stone. Do you like it? Archaeological evidence suggests our ancestors used body language to express interest. Without Spotify to set the mood, they had to do their best. Then, the first symbolic artworks began to appear, carvings of human bodies on stones and bones. Some might say they were the prehistoric equivalent of retouched profile photos. Here's how I see myself, minus the fur and with more muscles. Now, think about what those courtship gestures must have looked like. Imagine a caveman trying to impress a mate by shaking a lit torch or showing off a big fish he just caught. Romantic, right? More like practical. Middle Paleolithic, the art of fertility. Fast forward a few 100,000 years to the Middle Paleolithic, when humanity started taking things a bit more seriously. And by seriously, I mean they began carving voluptuous female figures. The so-called Venus figurines were the equivalent of glossy magazines, exaggerated features, stunning curves, and a clear message: fertility is everything. Move over, Photoshop. During this period, courtship took on a more ritualistic tone. Artifacts tell us about dances, gift exchanges, and probably clumsy attempts at seduction. Something like, are you a fertility goddess, or is it just the torchlight making you glow? And those prehistoric dances must have been spectacular. Picture a group of hominins moving around a fire, jingling bone necklaces, and showing off their best. Let's call it primitive dance moves. A mix between Zumba and tribal ritual. Upper Paleolithic, the cave renaissance. The Upper Paleolithic, around 40,000 years ago, when humanity decided to up its game. This is where the art of seduction reached new heights. Cave paintings from this period depict courtship scenes and much more complex social practices. Ritual dances, personal ornaments, and, believe it or not, possibly the first romantic gifts. I brought you this necklace of mammoth teeth. Isn't it adorable? Moreover, taboos and social norms began to emerge. For instance, no relationships with close relatives, a rule that, surprisingly, has survived to this day. Although, Judging by some reality shows, not always. Another fascinating detail is how seduction became increasingly symbolic. Cave carvings depicted scenes that left little to the imagination, elaborate courtships and maybe even some illustrated manuals on how to approach the opposite sex. In their own way, they were pioneers of dating coaches. Neolithic, agriculture and the drama that followed. Then, around 10,000 years ago, the Neolithic era arrived. Agriculture changed everything. Communities settled down, and so did relationships. No more fleeting encounters in caves, but marriages and more defined family structures. Think of the Neolithic as the start of prenuptial agreements. Okay, I'll grow the wheat, you raise the goats, and let's not argue over who cleans the spear tips. Sexual practices also adapted. Fertility rituals became more elaborate, and the famous Venus figurines remained in vogue. But now there was a new awareness: unions weren't just about the heart but also about the wallet. Or rather, the harvest. And then there was social life. Village festivals, with dances and feasts, became perfect occasions to show off. Look at how well I've cultivated these zucchinis. Will you marry me? It must have been quite the spectacle. Conclusion. And here we are, at the end of this fascinating journey through time and the evolution of human sexuality. If there's one thing we've learned, it's that love has always been complicated, even without social media. But then again, who wouldn't want a suitor who gifts you a mammoth tooth or dedicates a cave painting to you? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a big like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. And now, the question of the day: what do you think is the most bizarre thing our ancestors did to court someone? Let us know in the comments, and see you in the next episode of Explore and Discover Curious World.